All right, and we're live. Is the mic on? Mic. Hello. Is freaking mic on? Hold on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. Let's. How do I change things? Why is this? Is the mic on? I can't tell. It won't let me edit anything. Wait. Maybe it will. I just have to scroll. No. I don't see anything. So let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. So I think I got it, but I'm not sure. I don't know how to change it. Okay, good. Because normally there'd be like a little toggle and stuff above the mic, and I'm not seeing it move. So okay, cool. Really got to fix that. Awesome. Yo, what up, Jim and Lou? Shit. All right. So yeah, this one I'm not going to delete. I know I've been kind of skittish with the live streams as of late. And that's just because just timing and stuff. And I was actually going to do this on my phone, but decided against it. Like I even had the tripod and stuff all set up, but heck with it, man. I just wanted to come on the old Webby cams and try that out. So yeah, just got done with class a little bit ago. So, but yeah, some of the changes, and this is just kind of a brainstorm, kind of off the cuff type live stream, because going to be making like a proper update video later once things are a bit more settled. But basically, I just been doing like a lot of thinking about kind of where I want to go next as far as school, Japan, America, all that fun stuff. Okay, good. We have live chat instead of. Okay, cool. Make sure. So, I was thinking originally I was going to do like a, go back to America, go study at the main campus of Lakeland in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. But I was just thinking like that's a lot of money, to go over there. And I was also thinking about staying here under the job hunting visa, which is what I talked about in the now deleted live stream. But I was just thinking about like the different risks and stuff associated with both staying here and going back to America. So obviously the main risk in going back to America is I'd have to like upend everything here and fit it all into a sea bag and head back to the States again. So I'm gonna lose out on like $1,500 at least just for the plane ticket, most likely more because prices. And then I'm not gonna have GI Bill checks coming in to help me out until like March. So I'd basically be in the same spot I was in when I first moved to Japan, but it'd actually be worse because I would have to somehow find an apartment, and I don't think anybody would want to rent an apartment to me because A, I have no money, I would have no money, and B, like I wouldn't have a job because I would like just land back in the country. So there's that, and I'd also need a car. So we're talking like thousands of dollars just to move back to America. And it'd be one thing like if I had like a job or something lined up to where, just wait like a couple weeks or whatever, and then we can carry on from there. But like, I don't have that. Granted, I would have the GI Bill, but again, like I said, I wouldn't see a halfway decent check until March. And even then, like I would take a major cut on the GI Bill itself because the cost of living in Sheboygan is a lot less than it is out here in Japan. So I'd be losing out on like maybe $700 a month. So I'd almost be cutting my GI Bill in half, or a third, I guess. But yeah, so there's that aspect. And plus, like, there's not a whole lot of work opportunities for if Lakeland postponed for a while, they try Temple again. See, for that, it depends on what my grades are coming out of this semester. Because like I said, I failed the math class my previous semester, and I'm retaking it again this semester. So when I should say, so when I pass the math class this semester, they're going to be wiping my failed grade and replacing it with a passing grade. So right now I can't reapply to Temple because my grades are shit right now. But once we get the new math grade in, they'll rebalance again. So it'd be one thing if I could just like reapply to Temple right now and just go there, but really can't do that right now. But as far as what are the odds of me like staying if the 4-year program at Lakeland is postponed? The math class is just it's called like interim math. It's kind of like a step below. It's like a basic math course. I don't know. I suck at math, so like, yeah. Hey, Manicky, what's up? Yeah, but it's like a basic math course. But I'm not really good with math, so even like the basic stuff is just like way over my head. So yeah, I'm still having some problems with it. But I talked to my professor about it, and I found some good resources to help me study for things, and I've also gotten some opportunities to make up for my my grade on the midterm. So hopefully we can get that back up into good standing. So anyway, before we continue, let's go ahead. Oh shit. And drink some Georgia coffee, sponsor of the 2020 Olympics. Oh boy, no wonder this was 100 yen. That's right. Man, it's got a good flavor though. It's like it has a nice, like almost dark chocolate type flavor. It's really fucking good. So I'm just gonna take some multivitamins here real quick. Yeah. Those of you wondering, it's DHA, vitamin D, and a multivitamin. Because vitamin D is good to combat against old Kelowna-Chan World Tour, and it's not exactly very sunny out right now. So your boy need them suns, you know. Well, Lou, there's plenty of opportunity for you to try that out here. It's in like every conveni, every vending machine. You will not be hard. You will be totally spoiled for choice when it comes to Georgia coffee. Same with Boss Coffee too. What's that? I don't know. Don't you hate when a pill goes sideways on you? Not fun. Anyway. Yeah, some of them are kind of hit or miss. I mean, it depends on how much of like a coffee connoisseur you are. Obviously, if you're like super highfalutin with your coffee, like this is not going to impress you at all. But you know, for the convenience, and there's a lot of different varieties out here. Me personally, I always prefer like the gold can type coffee. I find that like a lot of the stuff's color coded. So obviously the black is black coffee. Gold can is like sugar and maybe a touch of cream. So it's just a little bit of sweetness, but not like too much. And then they use like a light brown or whatever other color for like the latte and cafe au lait, which is just, I don't like that stuff. It's too much sugar and cream for me. I like the cycle between black and like the gold cans. Anyway, I was just thinking how the job hunting visa worked to get a company to support work visa. Yeah, exactly. So the idea behind the work visa would just be kind of a temporary measure to still stay in Japan, to kind of wait until the 4-year program at Lakeland is started up, or to reapply to Temple, because by then I'll have my grades finalized and I could reapply to Temple as early as most likely summer. It might be possible for spring, but that would be a very, very short gap, because my application to Temple is good for a year, and I applied near the end of the well, actually middle of summer semester, because that's when I got the news. But they give it to you without a degree. Yeah, it's for after graduation. It doesn't matter graduation in like whatever the degree is. Like, I would get a job hunting visa if I graduated from a bachelor's degree, but I also get it for graduating with an associate's degree too. So I have heard that it is possible to get work out here under an associate's degree. I haven't. It's mostly just based off of your network. So it's your options are extremely limited in terms of what you can get, but it is possible to get full-time employment out here on a associate's degree. It's just more practical to get a bachelor's, but for me, the job hunting visa is mostly just to allow me to stay in Japan and just kind of wait until the 4-year program starts up at Lakeland, or if I get accepted at Temple, whatever the case. So I can, the initial visa is for 6 months, and I can extend that for an additional 6 months. So I'd have a maximum of a year to be able to stay in Japan under the job hunting visa. And during that time, I can also still work part-time jobs to kind of help make ends meet. So right now I'm just applying to other jobs through my own networks, and asking people I'm already working for if I can pick up some hours, you know. So just kind of trying to build that up as best I can. So basically from like oh, I already read that. Never mind. So that's basically how it would work. I would just, it's almost like unemployment back in the States, how it's set up from what was explained to me as. Because basically you have to show that you're applying to jobs, and you know, if you get callbacks or if you get set up for an interview or something like that, you have to like show them proof or whatever. I don't know if I have to like mail it to somebody, or if I have to like talk with some job liaison or something like that, or if I have to go to, I've heard about like going to like job fairs and signing up for some kind of job board or something like that. So it's basically like, for those of you back in Mercagen land, it's, yeah, exactly. It's basically just like being unemployed, except you don't get unemployment money. You have to come up with that yourself. But you know, between what I'm making already with freelance and ramping up hours and, you know, trying to get additional job works and stuff like that, you know, it's possible, but your boy's gonna have to budget a lot. But any in with the big J vlog channels, Tokyo Creative, I'm sure them and their vlog season like you. Thanks. Actually, I haven't contacted Tokyo Creative in a while. Last I tried to get with them, it was right before old Clone Chan World Tour kicked off. So they had like some kind of meetup sort of thing out in like Roppongi or Meguro or something like that. I don't remember. And I was broke as shit at the time and had like the huge fro and just looked like shit. And I'm just like, I don't want to go and just look totally unprofessional there, you know. I don't want to leave a bad first impression. So I ended up not going. Ask you on the In Japan channel what the outro song. Oh, that is a New Dawn by Macross 8299. It's a future funk remix of the Tatsuro Yamashita song Merry-Go-Round. Let me see if I can get some links up in there. It's a really good song, and I just like the beat. It's very buildy and stuff. So here, let me look up. Shit, I can spell Dawn. Goodness, sir. We have. Yep. Okay. All right, here. New Dawn Boop. Okay, so that's New Dawn. That's the song that I use. And then there we go. And then that song is based off of a Tatsuro Yamashita song called Merry-Go-Round. So, which is this one. So yeah, they're both fucking bangers, so I'll be sure to check them out. Anyway, getting back to John from Only in Japan, well, may not be able to get you work. May be able to give some so. Oh shit, that's right. I think he was looking. No, that was Greg from Lifeform From. Yeah, at the time he wasn't really all that impressed with my video resume. But it is what it is, you know. I still like the guy. It's just, you know, gotta boost that resume, SEO. But yeah, I should probably contact John from Only in Japan. Yeah, thanks for that. I totally forgot because yeah, he recently started his own thing, so he's not part of whatever he was a part of. So he like splintered off. So yeah, that's another idea. Thought about that. Because like I've been looking for people who need editors and stuff as well. So, you know, if you can give me some work or whatever, you know, just do stuff like that. Because like I do video editing work for Eric Surf 6. We recently reconnected, and I've been putting together some of his stuff. It doesn't have the edited by the Andy Song logo in it anymore, so but it is stuff edited by me. You can kind of tell if you look at some of the little quirks that I have versus the other editors. But yeah, you know, just putting together his stuff. I've been trying to do more shooting with Eric as well because, like, I really want his channel to crack 1 million subs. You want maybe stupid idea that may have a good chance for a channel to take off, create channel reading Reddit stories. Oh yeah, I actually funny story about that. I actually did create a like an Ask Reddit channel back when that was like really super popular. It was called Andy Asks. I think I converted that into the Creator 101 podcast or something. What the hell did I do with that channel? I don't know if it's still laying dormant or if I converted that to something else. I don't remember. But yeah, actually, I was thinking about doing some more Mr. Peachy content, but not the type that, you know, I was making with it. Just because I really think that there is something with that character. Just been talking with my best friend Eriopolis, whose shirt I'm wearing right here, twitch.tv/Eriopolis. You can wait and hope, like I am for my freaking visa situation or schooling, whatever, the whole thing. Yes. Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing some more Mr. Peachy type content, but doing like reviews and reactions, so that way it's not completely tied to Japan, but it's still like tangential to Japan, you know. So, you know, I was getting some inspiration from guys like Uncle Roger, Haro, niece and nephew, hiya, and stuff like that. And that's how a lot of channels kind of got big, was doing reactions. I mean, hell, that's how H3 got big, was doing those initial reactions. I'm not saying I'm gonna get big like them, but you know, it's just an idea, like maybe doing like anime reviews or something like that in the Mr. Peachy character. So I think that would be pretty interesting. Just kind of, yeah, exactly. So for that was a big issue with me for doing like anime reviews and stuff like that, you know, because I was just really worried that they would like completely take down my channel or something like that. So, I've just been thinking of ways to avoid that. So probably would do like covering up the characters' faces and stuff like that, and just using like still images and like zooming in and moving around and stuff like that, and like cropping in. There's little tricks that you can do to kind of skirt copyright, which sadly, speaking of copyright, one of my all-time favorite music channels, and the one that got me into like future funk, vaporwave type stuff, artsy music, is going to be taken down in a few days because they got hit fucking super hard with the green weenie of copyright claims because of the anime GIFs that they were using in the videos, which is like really fucked up. And plus, there's also some internal strife within that channel as well. So it's just a smorgasbord of bad stuff, which I don't know, kind of sad to see with that. But yeah, so with the Mr. Peachy thing, we do be like, Mr. Peachy reacts and things like that. Do like anime reviews. That was the main idea, was doing anime reviews. Reviewing some of the current stuff as well as, stuff that I watched like many, many years ago that like nobody's really talking about. Just, kind of bring attention to it. But to react to the character hiding in my room. Yeah. That one is kind of, it's a good idea. Don't get me wrong. And there's definitely a lot of, got to turn on the cooler pad. Are the changes that Andy's joined the NWO? But who's the third man? Mabel's the third man. Don't you know? Yeah. Yeah, I'm heading to Kamakura Beach for the Bash at the Beach. Just don't tell Phoenix. That's right here. Yeah. But no, the changes, for those who are just tuning in, are me going to be staying here on a job hunting visa instead of going back to the States. Just because, even though there is a lot of risk in me staying here, just due to earning potential, but overall the cost of living here is significantly less than me moving back to the States. Yeah. Well, most of them. But I don't want to talk about that here on stream. But I got a plan set up for that one. So, yeah. What was the job hunting visa? So the job hunting visa is initially good for 6 months. Yeah, right? But it's initially good for 6 months, but you can extend it an additional 6 months. So it's good for up to a year. And it would basically just be a way for me to stay in the country until Lakeland gets their 4-year degree program up and running. Because I've heard, I was initially told it was going to start in the spring. And then I heard some other students say it was going to start in the summer. And I've been trying to get a hold of the guy who's in charge of the program, and he hasn't gotten back to me with anything. I've just been trying to talk with teachers and staff, see if they know anything, and they know about as much as I do at this point. So all we know is that it is going to happen, just don't know when. So, I was just weighing the pros and cons of everything, as far as, me moving back to the States. Yeah, exactly. So for me, moving back to the States would be way more costly than if I were to stay here, because moving back to the States would involve, first of all, the plane ticket, which is like $1,500. Yeah, right. Goodbye and good night. But yeah, I gotta grow out the Kenny Omega hair to really sell it, and I don't think I get the silver streaks just yet. There's a couple of them in there, even though I'm going to be turning 35 in a couple months. Jesus, doesn't even feel like it. But yeah, so I was just kind of weighing the pros and cons of staying here on a job hunting visa versus going back to the States to continue my degree. And even though it's hella risky to stay here too, I mean, both decisions involve risk. With America, it would be a huge upfront, and plus I would take a huge cut in pay for BAH if I were to go over there. Like, I'd be losing out on like $700 a month, which is like a third almost of what I make out here. Actually, that'd be maybe like a fourth, actually. But regardless, so it'd be that, and plus there's not a whole lot of, yeah, exactly. So there's not a whole lot of video editing opportunities out in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. So I'd likely have to get a real job, and they don't exactly pay well out there either because of the low cost of living. So it's, I'd basically just be back where I was before when I moved back to the States, just stuck. I don't have anything to help give me that plane ticket to come over, or deposit or anything to live off of until GI Bill or visa or whatever, or until that stuff kicks in. So, for me, it would be less risky for me to stay here versus going back to the States. Well, right now I'm taking classes, but if I were to go with the job hunting visa, I would just be working. Well, the job hunting visa is only offered after you graduate. So it allows you to, and a lot of people, especially if they get a bachelor's, like a lot of them they're not really on the visa that long because, they've already applied to jobs and it's just kind of a formality. So like, one of my friends, he was only on it for like 2 weeks. Then he finally found a job and, transferred to that. So it's mostly used as like a temporary visa, just like an in-between sort of thing. But for me, since I would only have an associate's degree, it's not very likely that I would be hired full-time out here. Yeah, if it came down to it, definitely. But yeah, so I have heard stories of people finding jobs with an associate's degree out in Japan, but it's not that common, and it's mostly just involved with your network, like who you know. So like the more people you know, the more likely they'll know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who needs somebody to help them with something. And they may be willing to sponsor a visa for somebody they know versus some random dude. So if you get somebody to vouch for you, that would sway their decision and stuff. So yeah, but mostly I would just be using the job hunting visa as just a means to stay here until Lakeland started up their 4-year program. And like you said, 2 people. Yeah, totally. Almost like a typical job. Yeah, exactly. More podcast episodes. Oh yeah. Well, probably not while I'm in school, just because I have a whole bunch of other stuff going on, and it's kind of hard to get people on. But yeah, just depending on what my schedule is going to be like after school's wrapped up. Anyone with a 4-year degree can get a job hunting visa. The job hunting visa is only offered like right after you graduate from like it's mostly offered to people who graduate from a university in Japan. I should have clarified that. So like if you're back in America and you get a degree there, you can't exactly like come over to Japan and get a job hunting visa. It doesn't really work that way. So you'd either have to have like a job in hand or, you know, go there and find one and then just, you know, do all that stuff. Yeah, old Mr. Peachy. Pretty sure, yeah. But yeah, speaking of which, I'm gonna be doing some more Mr. Peachy content coming up here. I have some ideas for it, doing like reactions and anime reviews and all that fun stuff. So it's something I was thinking about because like I really wanted to bring the Mr. Peachy character back in some form or fashion, but just kind of the stuff I was doing before, it was fine, but like didn't really have much sustainability for the most part because it was mostly just based on seasonal stuff and you know whatever the case. There's not really a whole lot I can talk about autumn-wise, and not a whole lot of peach-flavored stuff offered. Consider doing some volunteer work to help increase your networking. It's possible. That's I've been doing some jobs and stuff through my network. I mean, that's how I got a lot. In fact, that's actually how I got all of my video-based gigs was through networking. You know, either with YouTubers I already knew, or and then through them, you know, people. Yeah, this stream I'm gonna leave up. The other ones I was a little unsure, but this one I'm definitely gonna leave up. So yeah, sorry about that, MS. And I'm just picky about quality and stuff. And plus, I didn't really know what to talk about. I just wanted to talk for a couple minutes. So this stream I am leaving up. So, yeah, I just found a waste in Japan. Yeah, exactly. Especially with what's going on now. In addition to, even if that stuff wasn't going on, there'd still be a bunch of other stuff I'd have to deal with in coming back to the States. But dealing with that, in addition to all the other stuff, it's just anybody got time for that, you know. So at least here, you know, I have healthcare. I already have a place to live, which I'd have to re-up my contract if all goes according to plan. But yeah, so this weekend I'm basically just going to be working on homework and some freelance projects. So what would you rate your overall experience in Japan at this point? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I'm actually getting my absentee ballot mailed into me. I've never lived abroad during election season, so this is all very new to me. But yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. But yeah, as far as rating my overall experience in Japan up to this point, it's yeah, exactly what you said there, Bear Barrow. You know, just way more work opportunities. You know, I'm already set up here in Japan, so the only thing I'd have to worry about is getting more hours and you know, more jobs if need be, depending. Which I am applying to. I actually have some resumes and stuff I'm tweaking as well. I'm gonna be sending out later. But yeah, as far as rating my overall experience in Japan up to this point, before I go totally ADD, I would say probably a 6, just because it's, you know, better than average, of course, you know, but you know, there's a lot of things that happened. Well, I mean, obviously, a lot of things that happened that I and the rest of the world weren't expecting, and you know, it really put the so the channel audit the who audit the channel audit. I've never heard of this channel. So is the channel called Audit the Audit? Okay, interesting. Did you hear about it on like Twitter or something like that? Audit the audits. Who in the right of police interactions? Is that right? What did you make? It's on the community tab. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at that one here in a bit. Hope this is her YouTube channel. Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay. Oh, nice. Cool. Thanks for the heads up there, Jim. So we'll send a little something into them later. Think the dampers on your currency. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the reason, I rated it a 6 instead of like an 8 or a 10, just because, it affected a lot of what I was going to make. Because like originally, when I came back, I wanted to do, the Andy Japandi series, how I envisioned it originally was just like a continuation of, the old original Andy Japandi series, me going out to all these different locations and talking about it and showing it off. And, I was going to do it with what I knew about video editing and, focus more on shooting and getting that cool B-roll and make it look like super cool, super clean, all that fun stuff. But obviously with what happened, that kind of put the kibosh on that. And, I was also going to do more vlogs at school because I really did like, doing the little short vlogs at school. I was going to make it like edited instead of raw like I originally did. But yeah, I was going to do like some vlogs at school. I planned on talking with fellow students, both Japanese as well as the international students, kind of talking about their experiences studying out here. And I was just going to make like a whole thing of it, and do fun videos of us hanging out, going to karaoke or whatever the case may be, just having fun, getting out there and socializing. Because, I spent the past 5 years just, being stuck in my apartment or house or whatever, working on stuff and grinding. And, it's all to get back to Japan. And then once I finally arrive, it's like, all right, I'm going to go out and socialize and not be a complete indoor gremlin like I have been for the past few years. And it was good for like a couple months, but then, things happen. But as far as the highest paying jobs for foreigners, that would probably be something in IT, and I suck at IT. So, yeah, exactly, Vero. And that's the reason why, I made all those videos back then in the places that I was, just to show the progression. Because, there's a lot of people out there who don't understand why I was making vlogs in a not ideal place, not ideal time in my life. And it was just that, to document the process, just to show people that I didn't just come out of nowhere and all of a sudden I'm this, highly successful editor with all this gobs of money and, all this other stuff. I didn't just come out of the woodwork like that. I've been out here. I've been doing YouTube for next year will be 15 years of me doing YouTube, which is just fucking crazy to think about. And as you guys know, I've gone through a lot of ups and downs. I was in the Navy, and I was one of the first Navy vloggers too. So is my goal to stay in Japan and get PR? Possibly. As far as like long-term Japan plans go, it's hard to say, because on one hand I could totally see myself staying out here forever because I just like the culture out here and I feel safe, and I can get by just fine without earning a whole lot of money. And I have this huge network of people, and I'm getting to do what I love and all that stuff. But on the other hand, I could also see myself wanting to go back to the States to, work more seriously in video, go to like LA or New York or, any other, hotbed for video. I could also see myself going over there as well to build up my career, which, it's just hard to say right now. Thinking outside the box again, we try to apply to 4-year programs in Kyoto or Osaka. With applying to other, see, there's not a whole lot of schools out in Japan that offer, the 4-year degree programs that I'm applicable for. If that makes any sense, because a lot of the Japanese schools out here, they either require you to have like at least N2 level proficiency in Japanese, or they have a very limited English program. And it's like that in just within Tokyo itself. So, going to like Kyoto or Osaka or even Fukuoka, the options would be even more limited if they even exist at all. And plus with the GI Bill, I only have so much time left on it. So I have to be very shrewd, I guess, with what I spend that time on, because I only have so much of it left and then it's gone. So so I don't exactly have the time left on it to start over at a 4-year program. And plus, getting into the Japanese system, there's also the possibility of me losing out on a lot of credits because there's not a one-to-one transfer from like the American credit system to the Japanese credit system. And plus, even if all things are good as far as that goes, and I am able to get my bachelor's degree from a Japanese university, it doesn't really mean a whole lot outside of Japan. So if I did have to come back to the States for whatever reason, I wouldn't really have much marketable value in terms of that, because the Japanese degree doesn't really mean anything in the States. Doesn't really have anything solid. But then again, the same thing could be said about an American degree in America too. So, plus I don't even know if it'd be, I don't know. But yeah, that's basically the reason why I wouldn't go through another program, because since I only have so much time left on the GI Bill, my options are much more limited than it was before. Like, yeah, no worries, man. It's cool. It's cool. I appreciate it for sure. Because yeah, I've definitely been thinking about a lot of these things too. So, yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now. So I'm basically just going to be looking for jobs. I think for now, until I get a something with a bit more certainty in it, in terms of the 4-year program, in terms of having a good solid job. It doesn't necessarily have to be full time, of course, but just something to where I can at least get by just fine out here while I look for a big boy job. How do I find budgeting and saving more difficult in Japan or America? Definitely more difficult in America, just because it's more expensive out there, and you have more expenses, especially dealing with a car. There's a lot of expenses in that. Not just gas, insurance, maintenance, stuff like that, as well as the initial cost of buying the car. It's just a huge money sink for me. Whereas in Japan, I don't need a car. Granted, taking the trains and stuff does add up, especially me living further away from Tokyo. Gotta travel further to get in and costs more. But thankfully, because of old Clone World Tour, I haven't had to really needed to go into Tokyo as often. Do I teach English at all? No, I don't. I'm not opposed to teaching English. I just want to put that out there. I'm not one of those guys where I feel like I'm above English teaching. I just don't. No, I did get a bicycle. I did get one. But like, I'm really, really far away from Tokyo. So unless my job's like really close by, it's, getting a bicycle to commute back and forth to work. USA Jobs, they have advertisement categories. I haven't checked lately, Joe, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, I haven't checked lately, but the last time I checked for USA Jobs, they were all based in America, and ones that were in Japan, you had to have like N0 level proficiency in Japanese. And really? Okay. Well, like I said, I haven't checked them lately, but let me see. Is it in Yokota? Interesting. Yokota. Hey, what you got? 90 jobs. Okay. Okay, store associate substitute. Okay, store worker, sales, civil service. What's that mean? Education, engineering. It's close. Closes in 2 hours. What? Financial management, nurse, CYP. Okay. Aquatics. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking through some of the job offers here. Art specialist. Is that what that is? Clerk. Call club ops. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Let's see if there's another one just in case. Let's see if I missed one. So that. Deli baker, cashier. Okay. That was where to go? Okay. So open. So cool. Okay, cool. Intermittent? What does that mean? Well, it's on the 23rd. I have to sleep. Yeah, no worries, Jim. Take care. It's good seeing you on here. But stateside time? Okay. Let's see. Telework eligible? No. Okay. Damn. that's brutal. Welcome publicity, cut Air Force. Flexible position. No, I already know about it. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, totally. Oh, there's like a whole like part for it. That's interesting. Interesting. Didn't know that. Cool. So, travel required, not required. What? Cars incoming. Okay. Common tour duty, right? Okay, fine. Okay. Qualify, must meet. Experience. Okay. One after. Oh, well, fuck, I'm a veteran. I don't need to deal with this shit. So, to 60 after the closing date. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Additional selections may be made from this vacancy announcement for up to 60, 90 days after the closing date. Above, okay. Suitability, fitness. What the fuck does that mean? Submitted. Okay. View benefits. Actually, I'm curious if we get SOFA status if accepted. I think they said it. Overview, view. So it's a permanent appointment type. Work schedule's intermittent. Got it. Okay, yeah. All right. Anyway, we'll okay, cool. Yeah, we'll apply to that one later. I don't want to take up the whole friggin' live stream of me applying to a job. Goodness. So, all right. We lost a couple of years along the way. Oh well. Yeah, I don't want to share my screen. Don't want to give out private information. But what the hell is that about? Eligibility, you better. Yeah, I will apply, Joe. Don't worry. No worries. But how am I finding the new laptop? Yeah, exactly. Those fucking vent covers. It's bullshit, man. Like, since I removed the vent covers, like right now it's running a cool 58 degrees Celsius. Just doing this live stream, and between removing the vent covers and updating the new version of Premiere Pro, it's really cut my render times down. Like before, when I would render something on the old laptop, it, like say I was rendering like a 22-minute video at 1080p, but before it would take me about 8 to 10 minutes to render. But I just rendered one yesterday and finished in like less than 3 minutes. And the best part is, my laptop never even cracked past 72 degrees Celsius. So it was running cool as a cucumber, just fucking blazing through that shit. It was awesome. I was looking at it, I was like, oh my God, is this for real? Your specs are trash? They were trash. Now they're good. But I mean, obviously the Zephyrus G14 has better specs overall, but it was just way more expensive. I couldn't get it on a payment plan. With the G15, I could get it on a payment plan. That's why I was able to get it. So I didn't have to pay the whole amount of money up front. I just, pay like $250 or whatever it is a month for the next 4 months. So, but the nice thing about this one is it does have an Ethernet port. Yeah, whatever. It's good enough for me, damn it. That's all that counts. So, but regardless, it's doing really good. So, obviously, if I really wanted to go to town and get a desktop, but whatever. Get rid of this fucking punk ass bitch. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. You gotta go. Fucking must be an agent for Big Blue or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna look up that one thing you were talking about there, sacred hogwash. What was it? What's that about? Jesus. So what the hell is this bullshit? Looks like a website that was made in like 1995. It just has like some fucking banners from random jagoffs on here. So, Jesus. I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, from good old Mercagen land in the U.S., yeah. You have no idea about that one website there, Sacred Hogwash. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. It looks like it was made in like 1995, so it's just like weird. But regardless, Jesus. That's why live streaming is kind of weird for me because like the old brain It's like ADD mode. Let me see if I missed anything. I was looking up stuff. No, looks like we're good. Okay, cool. So yeah, thanks for the tip about the job there, Joe. Gonna be applying to that afterwards, and then, well, Jim's not here, but we're gonna be applying to that audit the audit channel. See if they need anybody. And I'm also applying within my network as well to see if I can get something. Because the thing with doing like freelance editing and stuff, it's great because you can work for multiple people, and you don't have to physically be there in most cases. Do you think I'll stay in current place for the time being? For now, I'm definitely staying. But once the 4-year program kicks off, I do plan on moving at some point. Just because, while I do like the area, it's nice. It has everything I need for the time being, and it's pretty darn cheap. I know that there are better opportunities out there for me to find like a better place. I've been looking at different places and stuff like that. Obviously for now I'm going to avoid getting an apartment just because of the upfront cost for that. And plus, as a student, like, why the hell would I need an apartment? It's just a bit overkill, in my opinion. But once I get a work visa, get myself a big boy job, then definitely get an apartment for sure. But as far as while I'm a student, and certainly during the job hunting visa, I'm not going to be going anywhere. But yeah, once class picks up, whether that's going to be in the spring or the summer, stay put. Yeah, exactly. And we're also going to be having some people. Fontana. I never even heard of that place. I don't know. Try it out. Or shit. Parchments. The fuck? Weird. Ow. Is that Nakano? Nakano. Ah, there we go. Okay, Tokyo City Apartments. Got it. That's cool. Oh, nice. A lot of these are pretty pricey. Hopefully they have some other more affordable places, but I'll just do fucking any property, apartments, available now. Okay, is there a? Oh, there we are. 1,000. Look, let's reduce that a little bit. Damn. Okay, fine. How about that? Okay, a little better. All right. Okay, I see you. It's not bad. A lot of places in freaking Nakano, actually. Yeah, not too bad. They're all furnished and everything, so that's nice. Let's see what they have in terms of guest rooms. Just for reference. A lot of guest rooms, Jesus. Check the rent out here real quick. I'm not going to be on this very long, so sorry if it's 60K. It's about standard. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, cool. Where are we at? Yeah, it makes sense to stay put for the moment until you find a job. Tana, okay. Do you do any video editing for any of the Big J vloggers? Yes, I do edit for Eric Surf 6. I did edit for Brian from Ramen Adventures, but since he's not really making any content right now, like I haven't really edited for him since like 2018, really. He was planning on starting up this whole like big series and everything, but obviously with what happened recently, old Clone World Tour, that didn't exactly kick off. So it is what it is. But yeah, I am looking for some editing gigs. I'm trying to get a position in with some Anitubers that are in the area. I'm trying to find a way to work with guys like CDog VA, Giguk, and Joey the Anime Man, because they work with editors. But some of them have like a team of editors, so it's not just like one guy putting together everything. So it'd be kind of nice to kind of learn the ropes and, for anything, just get experience editing in that style and editing for that level of YouTuber. Because, I haven't really edited for anybody who has like over 1 million subs. So there's like different, mindsets, I guess, to editing for people. But yeah, I'm definitely down for editing for other, Japan-based YouTubers. Let's see, is a Gogo Nihon job might apply to Japan? Yes, that's probably yeah. For some, that's kind of the catch-22 about applying for jobs in Japan. It's like, you can't apply to some jobs outside of Japan, but you can't get to Japan to look for jobs technically. So there's ways around it, especially with the old Clone World Tour. Most job interviews are being conducted on Skype anyway, or over Zoom or whatever. So I think nowadays the Japanese are a lot more apt to interview online, especially with what's going on right now. So I would definitely contact them at least. And if they say no, whatever, worst case scenario, you can just wait for to apply to them again once you actually arrive in Japan. Yeah, exactly. I mean, worst I could say is no or nothing at all. So, has anybody seen a fair bright feature? No, I never heard of that one, sadly. But so you're trying to think of something. Come on, brain, work. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing. Now, another possibility, and I just thought of this actually, would be to also take classes online. Yeah, no worries. But another possibility I just thought of while I was talking was taking some classes online while still staying out here under the job visa. So, I could take online classes at the Lakeland campus in America, but because they would be strictly online and not online due to Clone World Tour, it would cut my BAH in half, or MHA, I guess what they call it now, whatever. So, instead of getting what I get now, I'd be getting half of that. So about, I don't know, $700-800 a month, something like that, which sounds pretty bad, but that combined with all my other work could allow me to still stay out here, Yeah, exactly. And plus, I only have so much time left on it too, if I could go back in time, I would probably just tell myself to apply to Lakeland right away. It would have been nice to just apply to Temple and just do the whole thing start to finish there. But, they're picky about letting certain people in. So, most likely I wouldn't have been able to get in straight away. But, yeah, a lot of what people do is they go to Lakeland for the 2-year degree, then transfer over to Temple for the 4-year degree. So if I really, God, I wish I would have known about it, and that's another reason why I'm making these videos, to tell people about Lakeland, because everybody's so fixated on Temple or Sophia. This on your channel, but what drew you to Japan in the first place? Oh, it was my cousins. They were stationed out in Yokosuka in the early to mid '90s, and thanks, Moniki. I really appreciate it. But yeah, my cousins were stationed out in Yokosuka in the early to mid '90s, and they would send me back home in Ohio, different trinkets from Japan, and I just thought it was always cool. And we were given the opportunity to go and visit them in Japan. All we had to do is just buy plane tickets, and they already had a house and everything all set up, so they'd take care of it from there. But due to stuff that happened in my family at the time, we weren't able to go out there, so that was always kind of a little chip on my shoulder, I guess. And just the fact that we couldn't go out there, that always kind of bothered me to some extent. But after a while, I got into anime and stuff like that when it really became popular in the States in the late '90s, early 2000s, with like Toonami and other sites online where you could watch anime and all that kind of stuff. And it was around that time when YouTube came around, and that's when a lot of the OG J-vloggers like Tokyo Kuni and the late great Roger Swan came onto the scene. And before I thought it was just too. Yeah, no worries, Bear Barrel. It's good seeing you again, dude. Definitely come on here again, for sure. But yeah, just the, as much shit as J-vlogging gets nowadays, it's considered like the butt of a lot of jokes. Back in the day, it was, it showed me that it was possible for me to come out to Japan and live out here. It wasn't just some big fantasy that, I didn't have enough money or had to know somebody or whatever. It seemed very practical for me to do. And, all I had to do is just get that 4-year degree and apply for a job, and bam, And, Roger Swan, like, he was studying abroad out in Japan, like I am now. Although he went to KO and I'm not, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, J-vlogging was awesome back in the day, man. It's just, well, because, the whole YouTube AdSense program hadn't been implemented into it yet. So it was just people creating for the sake of creating. They were just doing it for the art. And a lot of them were doing it also just to connect with friends and family back home, just to show them like what Japan was like, and to document their experiences out there. Whereas now it's mostly just used as like a vehicle to get a whole lot of eyeballs and make money and stuff doing. Yeah, dude, it was definitely the Wild West days. Like Tokyo Kuni would often use copyrighted music, a lot of obscure copyrighted music, but still copyrighted music. So, as YouTube became more corporate, a lot of his shit got dinged for that. There's a couple episodes that are completely blocked. There was one where he was trying to be a samurai, and I didn't get that one because I downloaded all the Life in Tokyo episodes. And that was one that I missed. I'm like really pissed off about it, even today. But yeah, speaking of Kuni, he's making a comeback. He's doing a little trip around to the different national parks out in America with his lovely dog Georgia. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he puts together out there, because like he never really stopped making videos. He just stopped making them in Japan because he went back to the States. But he went to work for a PBS affiliate out in upstate New York, and he's just been doing stuff like that out there the whole time. So yeah. Grease the video you did with Kuni. You said the video off for those cool guys. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I don't really know anything more than you do about it, but yeah, I have heard of the legendary Tokyo Kuni video. It's like, the lost vid. But yeah, it's hard to say because I got know the content about it or of it. So, maybe it's probably best that we don't see that video. Who knows? Who's to say? But yeah, I am kind of curious to see what all happened. So yeah, the whole thing with me and Victor, it's kind of complicated, because while I was friends with Sam, I tried to distance myself as much as I could from Victor. I blocked him on all platforms and stuff because when he had that fallout with Sam, I didn't want to get put in the middle of it. So, I didn't want Sam thinking, like I was giving Victor information or whatever the case. So that's the reason that I blocked Victor on all platforms, to show, see, I'm not talking to Victor, yeah, he's blocked. Because I knew Sam was paranoid about that shit. Not that I would have fed him information anyway, because I don't work like that. Yeah, what happened between those two, that's their business, and I'm not friends with either of them anymore, so it's kind of a moot point for me. You guys know about the whole fallout, Sam and I had. And with Victor, I've actually been trying to reconnect with him a little bit. Not super hard, but I am open to just reaching out, saying hey. And I tried doing it at the Hanami, because one of the people that I met up with there was talking with Victor over the phone, because he was out in Nagoya. He didn't make the trip out, and he said he wanted nothing to do with me. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. But like, I don't hate Victor. Victor's always treated me well, but just the reason I blocked him was just that way. Sam didn't see me as a double agent or whatever, even though I was friends with both of them at the time. Because I always get put in that middle position with a lot of friends just because I have a calm, cool, very level-headed personality. So a lot of them kind of come to me as like the tiebreaker, the mediator of things. And I didn't want to get put in the middle with that, because I didn't really have a stake in that drama. And plus, like, I don't like dealing with drama anyway, whether it's online or IRL. It's not my bag, man. Yeah, exactly. Drama. So, but all that stuff's been documented. You don't need me to regale you of that kind of shit. So, I figured they'd just talk it out and go from there. But yeah. One yeah. Sorry about that. What's something else that pops up like this last stream that's cool? You live in Japan. Yeah, thanks, man. I wish I could like show you more of Japan, but well, right now it's raining, and I don't want to go outside and get all wet. I'll have to here in a few minutes to get something to eat. But yeah, I definitely wanted to do more stuff outside in Japan, but obviously with what's going on in the world, it wasn't really that possible. Now, later on, once things start clearing up, curve gets flattened and all that kinds of stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's why I love Kurt's videos too. And plus, it was exploring like an obscure part of Japan too. Like, he wasn't just wandering around, Hachiko Crossing or going to Kabukicho and Shinjuku like everybody else does. He wasn't doing the same old shtick. He was just wandering around in the fucking mountains of Shizuoka, So it was a very interesting look of things. Oh, you don't have to steal any Georgia coffee from me. They're like at every vending machine in Conveni. It's like saying, if I come to America, I'm going to steal them pennies from you. So you better give them up. It's fucking everywhere, dude. But, yeah. So, goodness. Yeah, just showing around your neighborhood and being creepy awesome. Yeah, I've actually, excuse me, I've actually been considering doing that. That was one of the reasons why I got a bicycle too, because I see guys that do like the raw Japan walk-arounds and stuff like that, and I wanted to get a bicycle just to kind of show off different areas. Yeah, exactly. That whole path is gorgeous too. Yeah, it's possible. Because I definitely want to try out some new ideas with the Andy Japandi channel, because right now it's my lowest performing channel in terms of views, money, and all those other metrics. Yeah, yeah. And I did like doing the Breakfast in Japan series. It was really fun. But for me, after a while, I just kind of got bored with it. Yeah, exactly. But I just kind of got bored with it because like I would eat kind of the same things. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of differences between the different regions in Japan too. So, and plus, like, I wanted to kind of find my own like hook with Japan because like fucking, everybody who lives out in Japan makes Japan content. It's all kind of the same, you know. So that's what I was thinking of doing, like the Mr. Pizza reviews and things like that. Just because I think maybe doing like a character or something would be interesting, and also doing the walkarounds and stuff like that. Because right now, kind of the nice thing of having a smaller channel that's not getting a whole lot of views is that you can experiment with it, and people aren't going to be like, "Oh, this channel's gone down the shitter. Oh my god," because they realize pretty good about showing around where he lives and travels. Yeah, I don't know. That guy is. He is. Put it that way. But yeah, I will give him that. He does show the his local area and stuff like that pretty well. For me, I wouldn't do it as a live stream just based on latency and everything, because as you guys know, if you watch the Breakfast in Japan series, latency was a major issue that I had to go through. And one of the other reasons I decided to stop it was because my the company I get my wireless internet from decided to throttle my data after doing so many live streams. So that sucked, having to deal with that for a month. So yeah. So I'd rather just do like a pre-recorded video, just kind of showing around different sections. And there's plenty of channels that do that too, but none of them that do them out here, obviously. And there's a lot of cool spots to see out here as well. But just want to wait for the weather to get a little bit better. Supposedly all the raininess and stuff's going to be stopping here in a few weeks. Let me take a look. Changes constantly. Oh shit, it'll be stopping tomorrow. Well, how about that? So I pretty much only have to go through like the shitty day today in terms of rain. It's a good productive day because you don't have to worry about, I'm missing out going outside. But yeah, like tomorrow, Sunday, it'll be sunny. Highs it'll be 60s Fahrenheit, be 20 Celsius. So highs in the 20s Celsius. And then it's going to be, low 20s or high 20s or 70s Fahrenheit, whatever. I keep forgetting I have an international audience. So when I say, yeah, it's going to be 70 degrees, they're like, what? So, yeah. Yeah, no worries, man. It's good seeing you. Hope you tune in later. So, yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for this live stream. But before we go, though, I do want to ask, since you guys are enjoying these live streams and you have come to them, even though I've deleted all of them except for this one, I'm not deleting this one. It's going to be up. But since there is some interest in me live streaming, I'm going to make a community post shortly after ending this live stream. And I'm going to be asking like what you guys would like me to live stream. Like, do you enjoy these little Q&A sessions and just kind of sitting and chatting in front of a blank white wall or whatever? Or, would you like me to do maybe like a bringing back the Breakfast in Japan series on my Andy Japani channel or whatever the case? So I'll be posting that on the community tab for this channel. So go ahead, check it out, vote, put some comments, whatever the case. And with that said, this is the Andy Sign. Sign up for now. And as always, forever, we'll see you next time. Catch you later, guys. Bye.